Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. I'm your host, Natasha Molina, and today I'm so excited to be introducing to you Victoria La Mala. Para los que no saben, ahora sí saben, okay? This girl's a killer, and she's just released a brand new song, Todo Lo Que Quieres, featuring Alemán and Maejor, and we're here to talk about it because it's like nothing you've ever heard before. I promise you that.
Thank you so much, Natasha. Thank you so much for having me.
It's my absolute pleasure. I need to know the inspiration behind this song, honestly, because after hearing it on repeat and seeing that incredible music video, I'm like, wow, the sounds and the different cultures that you fuse together to create this, I mean, wonderful song is amazing. So let's talk a little bit about the inspo.
Thank you so much. So basically, how this all came about, I went to the studio with Major. Major is an amazing artist and producer. He's worked mostly with like artists in hip hop and the pop and R&B world, like Lil Wayne and Justin Bieber. So he was like, "Hey, I know you love Mexican music, so just play me some music that you like." And I just played him a bunch of different YouTube videos of songs that I was really into that are more on the regional Mexican side. And he was like, "Okay, now I'm gonna do my interpretation of what I just heard with those little guitars and different things." So he started working on that beat, and then I went in the booth, and literally all of the melodies that you guys hear, it was one of those magical sessions where as soon as I went in the booth, that's just what came out. Actually, some of the vocals, when I go like, those are the original ones on the first run. And he was just like, we just have to leave those. It was just one of those things that was really organic. After we recorded the melodies, I went outside the booth and I just thought, you know what, this song just reminds me of that moment of Salma Hayek and Dusk Till Dawn with the snake, where she was just like this badass, empowered woman. So let's just make it about that, about a woman that's just really empowered, that now, whoever didn't treat her right wants to come back because they realize how amazing she is. And she's like, "No, I'm done with you." So as I was writing the song, I was kind of picturing the whole video. And I'm very excited because I directed the video and executive produced it. And then once the song was ready, though, I really wanted to work with Aleman. He's one of the most amazing rappers, hip hop artists in Mexico, in the Mexican world. He's one of the first generation of hip hop that's making it really big in Mexico. And I sent him the song, hoping and praying that he liked it, and he loved it. And he sent me back his verses, and it was just like what the song needed. And we shot the video in Mexico City. That's where I'm from. That's where Aleman lives. And it was just perfect because I wanted that whole like Aztec goddess Mala theme.
Yeah. And it shined through amazingly. I mean the outfits, everything in that video is amazing. Let's talk a little bit about the video then. There's an incredible giant snake moment that I've been meaning to ask you about. How was that, first of all?
Girl, okay, so it was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Very soon, I'm gonna post on my social media some of the behind the scenes of what was happening
Yay.
really with the snake because I was terrified. But at the same time, one of the things I requested, I was like, okay, this is the one thing I request is that there is a snake, and I want it to be that yellow snake. I just pictured it in my head. So they brought in the snake, and right away the handler was like, look, she doesn't have any poison, any venom, but if she bites you, it's gonna hurt a lot. And when you have her on you, you have to make sure that her face doesn't come close to your body because she'll bite you.
Wow.
And I was like, oh great, thank you. And mind you, I'm all oiled up, right? Because it wants to make your body look shiny and nice. And I have never been around a snake before. Like, I'm terrified of snakes. And people were like, well, you don't have to do it. And I was like, no, I have to do it. I saw it in my head. It needs to happen. And not only that, she was so heavy. I literally was thinking, how did Salma Hayek and Britney Spears do this? Because this thing weighs like at least 20 pounds. Later on, I found out, days later, no one told me when we were filming, but the snake was pregnant. So I was carrying her and her eggs. That's why she was so heavy.
Oh my God, I'm so done.
But you know what? After a few takes, I felt more comfortable, and I feel like she felt more comfortable with me too. And it was amazing. I mean, I see it, I see the pictures, I see the video, and I'm like, girl, how do you do it? I don't know. It was a crazy experience, but I'm so glad that I didn't say no, even though I was so scared. I feel like it was my vision, and it just gave that touch that I really wanted the video to have, and that reference to Salma Hayek with the snake, and being
Yeah,
a
it was a
badass.
lot more meaningful to you. And I was going to say, I mean, it was part of your vision. And the fact that you were scared, but that didn't hinder you or hold you back from doing it, like major props to you
Thank
because
you.
you look like a natural. It looks like it was just so easy and effortlessly flawless, honestly. You killed it.
Thank you. I was telling myself, girl, you better do this. And I was telling the snake telepathically, like, girl, you're not about to ruin my video. So let's do
Not
this
today, not
together.
today, honey. So now I want to get into talking a little bit about the fact that you just completely embody confidence and self-esteem. I mean, in your daily life as a person, as an artist, but also in the song and with the lyrics. And I just think that's a very important message to share. And I'm so glad that you were able to. Why do you think that's so important for you to, embrace this?
I think it's very important for me because there's been so many moments in my life where I haven't felt that way, where music and other artists have given me that power to remind me, like, you know what? No, I am that. I'm that woman, I am that. Um, and I think that it's always just been so important for me to carry that message because we live in a world that constantly tells us, hate yourself. You're not this, you're not that, your life is not perfect. Look at Instagram. Somebody looks better than you, somebody's skinnier than you, and you need to look like this. And I think that as a human being, that just naturally at some point gets to you. But I think it's just so important to keep reminding yourself, no, you know what, I'm amazing. God created me and I'm in this world for a reason, and I'm gonna live my best life. I really do think that it's so important to literally, as cliche as it sounds, live your best life, because I feel like you owe it to yourself to really make the best life that you can make for yourself so that you can be happy. And I think that comes from being confident and just loving yourself. And I think it's just so important to be reminded of it. So that's why I like to put it on my music, so that whoever out there is not feeling that way that day can hear that song and be like, you know what, she's right.
Yes. I love that you don't shy away from sharing this message because, yeah, you have fans of all ages, whether they're adults or younger kids or whatever. Everybody needs to hear this. And it's something, sure, we know it, but like you said, it helps to be reminded of it and to know that other people kind of go through the same thing that you go through.
Of
So
course.
thank you for that. I love it. I love everything that you're about. And the way that you just carry yourself is amazing, Victoria, honestly.
Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And recently, just this past year, a few months ago, you just dropped an EP, Soy Mala.
Here.
There it is. There's the beautiful artwork for those who haven't seen it. I mean, come on. It's a whole vibe. It's just so different and so versatile, which is something I love. And overall, you really embrace your femininity in it. And I wanted you to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is a very special project for me. It's literally been like a couple of years in the making. I had been doing a lot of more traditional regional Mexican music, and I always wanted to do more fusions. I always wanted to mix those worlds that I've talked about so much, that are the traditional and the regional world, with the more like hip hop, R&B, and soul, that I've always said have inspired me so much as well. And a lot of people told me don't do it, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I just have to do it. It's what I'm feeling. It's like what my heart is telling me I need to do, and I have to take that risk. And I'm so happy that I was able to really, you know, push through that, through like all these people that were telling me, don't do it, don't do it. And I was able to come up with something that I'm really proud of, that I feel like really represents me, something that represents who I am, not only as an artist, but as a woman, mixing all these genres with amazing collaborations. I mean, honestly, I still can't believe some of the artists that collaborated with me on this album. And yeah, I'm just excited that people like you are enjoying it. That's the most important thing for me.
I definitely am. And I'm so glad that, again, you went your own way, because there's so many people that will always say, no, don't do this and don't do that. But to see all of the success stories that come out from people telling them no and people just, following their gut, it's just amazing to see. So I'm happy you did that. Again, you're incredibly versatile. So, going from regional Mexican to more poppy sounds and urban sounds. And then even, this new song's got some Punjabi sounds, which I'm really digging too. I mean, you can do anything, honestly.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think that like you said, it's important to really follow your heart and follow your gut and just do what fills your heart. And the best feeling is to see that people are enjoying it.
Yes, yes. So because you are so versatile, but what you started out doing is regional Mexican music, I would love to hear your perspective on regional Mexican music in today's market, honestly, because it's evolved so much and has come a long way. There's incredible things happening.
I love it. I love the fact that there's all these artists that are finally just like me saying, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mix trap with corridos tumbados and I'm gonna mix cumbia with reggaeton sounds. I think that, for so long, that the regional Mexican world was like, no, it has to be super traditional. And don't get me wrong, I love traditional. That's what I grew up with. But I also feel like, what, as artists, it's cool to evolve, to show who you are, to mix sounds. And I love the fact that it's becoming, so different, and that so many people in different parts of the world are, playing it, listening to it. I mean, we got Bad Bunny with Nathanael Cano. Like, how amazing is that? So I'm just excited about it. I feel like this is one of my dreams coming true as well, to see the genre just kind of becoming so big and international and seeing people from all other cultures enjoying it.
Yes. I mean, I, for one, was so excited to see the large scale that Latin music has grown on. And then now going more into, our own community, and then seeing, genres such as regional Mexican. And then, like you said, the corridos tumbados, which I love, growing internationally to audiences that might have never even heard of it, but they're loving it, and to also audiences of all ages. So even older, Latinos who are more traditional, they get to enjoy this new music too. It's just something so exciting. I love the way that music evolves, and I appreciate hearing your take on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Yes. So, okay, Victoria, I need to say that your looks are always on point. So I quickly wanted to highlight that you recently got your own fashion story on Latina. Let me see if I've got the headline right. Paisa Glam meets Tejano Versailles. I mean, I had to take a moment to congratulate you on that.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it was a moment for me. I mean, I've always loved fashion since I was a little girl. I just been, it's part of my expression as an artist. I don't have a stylist. I always style myself. I'm the one that comes up with like all these looks. So to be able to get a fashion story with Latina magazine and with one of my favorite Instagram accounts of fashion is Pechuga Vintage, Johnny Valencia. He's a curator slash owner of this business where he has vintage clothing and from amazing designers and mixed with like new stuff. His stuff is just amazing. And he was like, hey, I love the fact that you're Mexican. I love the fact that you love fashion. Let's do a shoot together. And honestly, he kind of put everything together. He was like, would you just be my Barbie? I was like, yeah. So
Say less.
he was the one that just came up with everything. And I felt like he knew me so well, like everything that he chose was just so me. And to be able to see my first fashion story and these pictures that are so, like, the team was just incredible, like high fashion, designer clothes with this crazy makeup and hair. It was amazing. I'm so grateful.
It was amazing. All those looks are so gorgeous. And I also kind of got reminded of, like, Selena obviously is very Selena-esque. And the fact that you embody it, oh my God, and you killed those looks and the way that you carry yourself, your presence. It was just amazing to see that story. And I do know how excited you were to share that news. So, of course, congratulations again on that.
Thank you so much. Yes, I mean, for sure, in the article, I mentioned how Selena was one of my big fashion inspirations as well. I mean, to this day, her fashion is like on point 25 years later. Like, who can say that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, between Selena and the late 90s, early 2000s Versace looks, that's like my go-to, and I'm very excited that we were able to really, show that in the article. And I hope that, fashion is something that I can just continue getting more into, that this is not my first fashion story. I have my own little line called Mala, where I have like, I curate and design different like jewelry and accessories, and I just put out a first run of like some little outfits. So it's something I really enjoy too.
I'm going to be looking forward to checking that out, and I'm sure everybody else will too. That's exciting. And you also taught us new terms, paisa glam and tejano oversize. I mean, I've never heard that before, and it sounds so luxurious, honestly.
Yeah, because it's like the mix, of that luxury with that like Mexican, that a lot of people are like, oh, that's just like the way the Mexican cowboys dress or whatever. And I'm like, no, wait, hold on. Like, have you seen those belts? Have you seen those cowboy hats, those boots? Like, you know, it's
It
amazing.
gets glamorous with all the bedazzles too. It gets really glam,
Yes,
honestly.
yes, the gold, the sparkles. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, I do too. And I'm so excited to keep on seeing more from you. I'm sure you're going to have more fashion stories in the future. For now, Victoria, do you have anything else that you would like to tell the fans?
Well, I just want to thank everybody for supporting me. For anyone that is out there watching this that doesn't know me, go check out my music. It's my album Soy Mala. Ya está disponible in all digital platforms. And this new video, Todo Lo Que Quieres with Alemán, is out now on YouTube. Check it out. I'm very excited about that. And stay tuned because there's a video coming up this year also with Chris Perez and Joe Ojeda that we shot in Corpus Christi. That's coming out before the end of the year. And I'm also working on a project for Christmas. So there's a lot to come for the rest of the year. So stay tuned and check me out on social media as Victoria La Mala.
I'm so excited for all of that. Thank you so much, Victoria, for those little teasers. We're going to definitely be keeping up with you on Instagram and all the socials. Thank you so much for all your time today.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Abrazos.
Gracias.